Hey, English learners. Welcome back to the English Leap podcast. This is the podcast where you learn English in a simple, natural, and relaxed way. I'm Besma.
And I'm Steph. We're really happy to have you here today.
If you've ever traveled by plane and later felt confused about how to talk about your trip in English, this episode is for you.
Yes, many learners ask us, how do I talk about what happened at the airport? Which past tense should I use?
So today, don't worry about grammar rules. We're not giving you a boring lesson.
Instead, we're having a real conversation that will help everything feel natural.
Steph, let's start simple. When was the last time you traveled by plane?
I traveled last month. I went to London for a short vacation.
Nice. Okay, listeners, did you hear that? I went to London. That's simple past.
Exactly. The trip is finished, so we use the past.
So tell us, Steph, what happened when you arrived at the airport?
Well, I arrived very early. I checked in my luggage and I passed through security.
Good vocabulary there. Arrived, checked in, passed.
Then I looked for my gate and sat down to wait.
Listeners, here's a quick question for you. What did you do the last time you were at the airport?
Pause the video if you want and say it out loud. Simple past is perfect for things that are finished.
Now let's go a little deeper. Steph, what were you doing while you were waiting?
I was sitting near the gate and watching people.
Nice. You didn't say I sat. You said I was sitting.
Yes, because it was happening at that moment. People were walking, children were crying, and announcements were playing.
That's a perfect picture. Listeners, this is past continuous.
We use it to describe what was happening at a specific time in the past.
For example, I was waiting at the airport at 8 a.m.
Did anything unexpected happen?
Yes, I was drinking coffee when an announcement started.
Oh, classic airport moment.
The staff said the flight was delayed.
Listeners, did you hear that structure? I was drinking coffee when the announcement started.
One action was in progress, another action interrupted it.
Okay, Steph, let's imagine something else. When you finally boarded the plane, what had already happened?
By the time I boarded, I had already finished my coffee.
Great example. So the coffee happened before boarding.
Yes, and I had sent messages to my family before the flight.
Listeners, this is past perfect. We use it to show which action came first.
Think of it as the past before the past.
Now, the last one. How did you feel?
Honestly, I was tired.
Why?
Because I had been waiting at the airport for almost 3 hours.
Perfect. Not just waiting, but waiting for a long time.
Yes, the action started earlier and continued until that moment.
Listeners, this is past perfect continuous.
Let's tell the same story using all 4 past tenses.
Okay. Yesterday, I arrived at the airport early. I was waiting at the gate when the flight was delayed. By the time we boarded, I had already finished my coffee. I was tired because I had been waiting for hours.
Beautiful. That's real English.
Now it's your turn, listeners.
Write 3 sentences about your last airport experience.
1 in simple past.
1 in past continuous.
1 using past perfect or past perfect continuous.
Practice like this and your English will grow fast. All right, Steph, let's continue your journey. The plane landed safely. What did you do next?
After the plane landed, everyone stood up immediately.
Of course they did, even though the door wasn't open yet.
Exactly. I waited for my turn, then I got off the plane.
Good. Listeners, notice the verbs stood up, waited, got off, all simple past.
Then I followed the signs to immigration.
Okay, immigration can be stressful. What was happening there?
A lot of people were standing in long lines.
Nice, past continuous. The officers were checking passports and travelers were answering questions.
So we're describing the scene, not just actions.
Yes, I was waiting in line when I realized something.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
I couldn't find my passport.
Oh no, that's every traveler's nightmare.
I started checking my pockets while people were moving forward.
So one action was happening and another action continued.
Exactly. By the time I reached the officer, I had already found my passport.
Great use of past perfect. The finding happened before you spoke to the officer.
Yes, I was nervous because I had been searching for it for almost 10 minutes.
Listeners, that's past perfect continuous. Searching started earlier and continued for some time.
Let's do a role play. I'll be the immigration officer.
Okay, I'm ready.
Good evening. Why did you come to this country?
I came for tourism. I planned to stay for 1 week.
Where will you stay?
I had booked a hotel before I arrived.
Perfect grammar. Continue.
Before I traveled, I had checked all my documents carefully.
Very good. Listeners, these sentences sound very natural at immigration.
So immigration went well. What happened next?
I walked to baggage claim.
And let me guess, more waiting.
Yes, people were standing around the belt and bags were coming out slowly.
That's such a clear picture.
I was watching the bags when I noticed mine wasn't there.
Uh-oh, again?
Yes, by the time the belt stopped, I had not received my luggage.
So the action didn't happen, but we still use past perfect.
Exactly. I was frustrated because I had been traveling all day.
What did you do then?
I went to the help desk and explained the situation.
Good verb choice, explained.
The staff were listening carefully and were typing on their computer.
Past continuous again.
They said my luggage had arrived on a later flight.
That's past perfect. The arrival happened before the conversation.
Yes, I felt relieved because I had been worrying a lot.
Let's pause here and reflect.
Good idea. Listeners, notice something important.
We didn't choose tenses randomly.
Simple past for finished actions.
Past continuous for background actions.
Past perfect for what happened first.
Past perfect continuous for duration and emotion.
Now it's your turn, listeners.
Answer these slowly.
1. What did you do after you landed?
2. What were people doing around you?
3. What had already happened before a problem?
4. What had you been doing for a long time?
Pause the video. Speak out loud.
In the end, everything worked out.
That's good to hear.
I left the airport and took a taxi to my hotel.
And how did you feel?
I felt calm because the long journey had ended.
Beautiful ending sentence.
If you stayed until the end, well done.
This was real English.
Not textbook English.
The kind you actually use. We're talking about immigration and customs.
This is one of the most stressful moments for travelers.
Exactly. People are tired, nervous, and afraid of making mistakes.
But don't worry, by the end of this episode, you'll feel much more confident.
And remember, this is not a grammar lecture.
Just a natural conversation.
Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, the plane has landed and passengers are walking toward immigration.
People are holding passports and filling out forms.
Yes, and everyone looks serious.
So, Basma, what were you thinking while you were walking to immigration?
Honestly, I was hoping everything would go smoothly.
That's very relatable.
I was checking my documents again and again.
Good habit.
By the time I reached the immigration hall, a long line had already formed.
Ah, yes, the famous long lines.
People were standing quietly and officers were calling passengers one by one.
Were you nervous?
A little. I had prepared my answers, but my heart was still beating fast.
That happens to everyone.
While I was waiting, I was watching other travelers talk to the officers.
That's smart. You can learn a lot by listening.
Exactly. Some people were answering confidently, others looked confused.
So, what happens when it was finally your turn?
I walked to the counter and greeted the officer.
Nice and polite.
He asked me why I had come to the country.
That's a very common question.
I said I had come for tourism.
Simple and clear.
Then he asked how long I was planning to stay.
What did you say?
I said I was staying for 10 days.
Good answer.
He also asked where I was staying.
That question scares many learners.
Yes, but I had booked a hotel before I arrived.
Past perfect again. Very nice.
I showed him my hotel reservation.
And his reaction?
He nodded and typed something into his computer.
That typing sound always feels serious.
Yes, while he was typing, I was standing silently.
Waiting feels longer in moments like that.
True. Then he stamped my passport.
Best sound ever.
I felt relieved immediately.
So immigration went well for you.
Yes, thankfully.
But immigration isn't the end.
Exactly. Next comes customs.
Another place where learners feel nervous.
After I collected my luggage, I walked toward customs.
Green channel or red channel?
Green channel.
So you had nothing to declare.
Right.
What were people doing there?
Some officers were checking bags, and some travelers were answering questions.
Were you stopped?
Yes, actually.
Uh-oh.
An officer asked me to open my suitcase.
That moment always feels scary.
I stayed calm and opened it.
Good choice.
He asked what I had inside.
What did you say?
I said I had clothes, gifts, and personal items.
Very clear.
He checked quickly and closed the suitcase.
That's it?
Yes,
He wished me a good stay.
that's a great ending.
I walked out of the airport feeling relaxed.
Listeners, did you notice something?
The language was simple.
No long sentences,
No difficult grammar.
just clear answers.
That's the key at immigration and customs.
Now let's switch roles.
Okay.
I'll be the traveler and you'll be the officer.
All right, let's do it.
I'm ready.
Good afternoon. May I see your passport?
Of course, here you are.
Why did you come to this country?
I came for business.
How long will you stay?
I will stay for 5 days.
Where will you stay?
I had booked a hotel near the city center.
Do you have anything to declare?
No, I don't.
All right, welcome.
Thank you.
Very smooth.
Yes, because the answers were prepared.
Listeners, preparation makes a big difference.
Practice these questions before you travel.
Say the answers out loud.
Confidence comes from practice.
Exactly.
So that's it for immigration.
You know, conversations like this help me understand English better.
That's exactly why we created this channel.
So if this conversation helped you,
Like the video and subscribe to Bosma Daily English.
we share real conversations, real English every week.
See you in the next conversation.